Welcome to episode number 69 of the Lost Signals podcast. My name is Daryl.
You've been waiting for years to say that.
I have been waiting so goddamn long to say it like that. So long. You have no idea, dude.
I know. I know. I get it.
Like when I used to announce hockey games and stuff, like 69 was my favorite number to call. We did bingos and stuff, and that was my favorite number to call out. Just because the way that you say it. And I know it's childish, and I know it's stupid, but you know what? You need to have a little
You can
bit
make me grow old. You can't make me grow up.
Exactly.
How you been?
Busy as fuck.
Yeah.
Like the last couple months, and that's not the only reason why we haven't been around so much. We'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, no, I've been busy, dude. Like this past Saturday evening, my one band played Vesna. That's a Ukrainian spring festival kind of thing. That's my understanding of it anyways. So they had a big supper, and then it's kind of like a year end for the Ukrainian dance kids program too. Mm-hmm. So one of the guys in the band, his kids Ukrainian dance. So we got asked to play the show after.
Oh,
so it was a good show. It was busy, and I'm still kind of worn out from it. But we actually had to learn a couple songs that are not really in my wheelhouse of songs to play.
Oh, like what?
The first one is Rasputin by Boney M. Not really.
That's okay. Starting off strong here.
Yeah, not really what I listen to or normally play. And I will say, as a bass player, it's challenging. Like, it is. It took me like a month to get it down properly, but we ended up playing it pretty well.
Cool.
If I had videos, I would show them to you, but we didn't take any videos.
Heaven forbid there's evidence.
Well, exactly. And then we had to do the chicken dance.
Oh. Were you able to do your own spin to it? Or?
No. Well, yeah. I mean, we rocked it up. I mean, because we don't have an accordion in the band. So,
yeah.
You know, we did what we could. And actually, that turned out pretty well. And, like, the dance floor was full. You know, small town Saskatchewan, you know, when we're filled with, you know, half Ukrainian, half Germans. That's pretty much, you know, there's drinking and dancing. So that was fun.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, like I've been leading up to that, you know, we had a bunch of band practices and stuff, and, you know, and working and just, you know, stuff other than sitting in front of this computer. But, but
that's fair.
What I am happy to announce is that I'm drinking a Homebound right now.
Yeah, of course you are.
Yes. It's been a minute.
Well,
and I know every episode I say that I'm going to send you some, but now that it's now that it's warm out.
No. Now is the time you send it to me.
I know.
It is not going to freeze.
Yes.
It is not going to overheat.
Yes. Now is the time.
Send it to me.
I will go there this weekend, and I will get you something to send. Okay?
Good. Thank you.
So on that topic quick, I know you won't be able to see it, but so for me to get to Homebound, the shortest way is across a river. Okay, so no matter which way I go there, I have to cross a river. If I go through Saskatoon, there's obviously bridges. If I go farther north, there's bridges. The fastest way, though, in the summer has a ferry, and it is the busiest ferry in Saskatchewan. Like something like 140,000 vehicles go across this ferry every year. Like it's an insane amount of vehicles go over it.
Right.
It needs a bridge. Long and short, it needs a bridge there, but they haven't put one. So I broke the law. Okay. In a bunch of ways, but like this way specifically. So once it gets cold enough, the people that live around the ferry crossing and the ice is thick enough, they plow a road across.
All right.
It's an ice road, right?
Ice road. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not legal though. It's not a road. It's not a government maintained road. Not like
Right.
ice roads way up north or like whatever you guys have in BC. It's not legal to cross. But yesterday, and I'll show the people watching. No, that's not the right button. God damn it! I am not good at things sometimes. There we go. There it is. Somebody went through the river. So no more than I think I crossed that on Thursday last week. Thursday evening, late. And I crossed and it was sketchy then. And today is Monday. And somebody went through. So don't.
Yeah. So
Don't.
I got the feed up. And it's the same photo you showed me earlier. And for one, that must have been horrific for whoever was in the vehicle. And two, like you said, like it is not legal, but it is clear that that's not the first vehicle that had crossed that.
No, God, no.
That
No,
part
like
of the water. No.
it there's not specific, like there's not a specific Facebook group about it, but there's a Facebook group that gives like ferry updates. And in the winter, it kind of goes to like when it's starting to get cold. It's like, oh, is the ice road open yet? And like, like it's like October or like the beginning of November, and it's not cold yet. Hey, is the ice road open? Like everybody making the dumb jokes.
Yeah. But it's still at this dumb jokes, but still looking for confirmation.
Yeah, and so on that picture too, and at the top of it, it's like, yeah, it's that time of year. Somebody went through the ice because it seems to happen every year.
Yeah, of course.
Like
that's the lititmus test. It's like, okay, spring's here.
Yeah. The
first SUV went into the water.
Pretty much. It's. I'm just glad I didn't go through. Like I have a video on my phone that I may or may not have taken while I was driving, of me hitting a spot, not like that, but like where like I felt like I hit a big rut, and I was in my truck, so like I was in 4-wheel drive anyways. I just stepped on it a little bit and just got the fuck off the river. Yeah, it scared the shit out of me. Yeah. So that is the first sign that spring is here. The second is that I heard geese here the other day. I was sitting on the couch with the dogs, and some geese flew over, so that's always a good sign. Somebody had said around here that they had seen some even a couple weeks ago already. So
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And the third part that I know that it's spring is that all of the landmines in my backyard are starting to, melt through the snow.
Speaking of, who's that behind you?
Oh, that's Loki. He's chewing on a piece of plastic.
No,
it's a toy. It's a toy that he chews on. I'm guessing you can hear the gnawing.
No. I see the tail every once in a while. Like either Daryl's
there he is.
hoodie is coming apart, or hi Loki, looking very good.
He's trying to wag his tail, but it's up in the corner. So it's like his butt is moving, but not the end of his tail.
There.
Yeah, that's
just doing this.
That's Loki for you. And how have you been? It's been it's been about 2 months, but it's the way she goes sometimes, bro.
Sometimes it is the way it is. I've been good. I've been busy. I've got a couple of projects on the go, which is kind of fun always. I've also made some connections, which we can get into in a little bit.
Yep.
Big highlights in my life right now is, as I've stated before, I've been training as a bodybuilder for a while, and I've been bulking for a good period of time. And
me too.
Yes. And my girlfriend and I have decided, my girlfriend's my coach.
Is that like a conflict of interest?
No, in fact, it helps with cardio.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Then I'm going to go into a cut, and so that means I'm decreasing my caloric intake, measured. Not just like, well, I'll just skip this meal. Like there's actually like
macros or whatever you do. Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The last time I did this, I was getting hunger pains and hangry real quick.
Yeah.
This time around, it's a little more gradual, so it's not so terrible. So there's that.
Well, if you're used to it, Yeah. I had tried intermittent fasting for a while, because of how my work is, and the first little while I was like pissed off all the time, and then it's like, yeah, whatever. I'll just I'll just have sleep for breakfast.
Yeah. Ice soup. Love this shit.
It's delicious.
Mm.
Yeah. No, you go. No, go ahead. Go on.
Yeah. It comes to work, like still driving, but I'm it's flexible to the point where like I set my own schedule, which is always nice. And radio station going through, a few changes and adjustments, but I'm still busy. I'm still happy to be working there, of course. And I still like I feel spoiled. I love what I do, and I have a great show, and I got consistent listeners who always chime in on my show, and so that's fun. The apartment building that I live in is having the entire exterior redone, which is interesting.
It's a weird time of year to start that too, because it's still not that warm out.
No, and there's still snow, like residual snow on the ground.
Yeah.
Although today it was +7, which was nice.
Oh,
but it's interesting.
Wasn't that warm here?
It's interesting though, because they've already done one side of this entire building. Now they're doing my side of this entire building. And just for reference sake, I get the morning sun.
Oh yeah.
And by the time it's like noon, 1 o'clock, it is like I no longer have direct sun hitting my side of the building. It's now to the other side. And I live at the bottom of a mountain, so by about 5 o'clock, the sun disappears behind the mountain. I get shade. So I'm spoiled with that. But anyway, they've done one whole wing of this building, and now they're working on my wing of this building. And it is interesting, and I told you this earlier, it's interesting that there is no outside insulation on my building.
That's ridiculous. You fucking live in... You live in northern BC. Like not extreme north. You're not like Dawson City or anything. But I mean, you're up there. It's like not having insulation on a building in Saskatchewan. Like, are you daft? Like, did you fall down and hit your head? Like, it's just.
Oh, I know. I know. I was kind of stunned too. But like I said, the walls are insulated, absolutely. But like where was the process for putting insulation on the outside of the building? But whatever, new siding, and they're putting a layer of insulation underneath that new siding. So that's kind of nice. Yeah, it's a little early for them to start, absolutely. I haven't had to set my alarm for like a week because those fuckers will wake me up at 8 a.m. But I'm not going to complain.
Yeah.
Hey, by the time they're done, it'll be like August.
At least you're not on night shifts like I work,
Oh, yeah, no.
Like that's
I'd be sleeping somewhere else.
I live a block away from a not very frequently used train track. It's privately owned, and they have storage, like they store rail cars for other rail companies, and they run excursions on it. Like you run up to the next town and back, like they have like dinner theaters and shit on it. But like some mornings when I get home from work after night shift and they're moving cars around, I'm like, you sons of bitches. Like, just shut up. And I'm a block away. Like I open my screen door and it's there, the train's going by, and old man shaking my fist at the bastards. Yeah. That's yeah. So, in the time that we've been away, quite a lot of stuff has happened.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're gonna preface a lot of stuff that we're gonna say in this episode. Like we're not focusing on any one thing specifically. You'll notice a few things like my hoodie, and the logo up on the screen. Like it's all small, subtle little things like that. and like we will reference what's going on, but we're not trying to, make it bad, if that makes sense.
We've made it quite clear, not only where we stand, but also the fact that we don't like talking about politics.
No.
And, me being a professional broadcaster and an entertainer in the media realm, I refrain from talking about politics. Like, personally, there's shit that pisses me off, but it's not my realm.
Yeah.
And personally, I have opinions, but like religion and sex and assholes, they should all be kept to each other.
Yeah.
Like, keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like we, of course, are not dense. We know what's going on.
Yeah. Well,
But
and
at the same time-
let's be honest. I mean, like anytime you open any social media app or you look at any news, it's screaming at you.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's what did he do now? We don't even have to say a name, and exactly who we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, with that preface, we're going to talk about some fun stuff. So, like,
Sure.
It was 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago now. There was the Four Nations Cup.
Yeah. Oh my God.
For the people that don't know what the Four Nations Cup was, instead of an all-star break, they had 4 top nations of NHL players play each other in they did a round robin and single knockout tournament.
Yeah.
I'm sure when Canada won the whole tournament, and I could go on about the whole tournament itself, but there's no point. I mean, it's a couple weeks ago already. That was just as big, or like I don't think people realize how big that was. Like for Team Canada to win that in Boston on American soil in front of, a pretty rowdy American crowd, even though it was, I'd say 40% of that building was Canadian fans, maybe more. Like that was a huge statement, like the never 51st thing, that was big, man. And I'll tell you this, I was watching that game at home. I was starting to get sick. So I didn't even have a beer. I didn't have nothing. I was watching the game. I was pacing around my house.
Yeah.
So like my upstairs is it's all open. So like living room, kitchen is all together. And I got a big sectional, and I'm pacing up and down my hallway, like during plays and stuff. When Connor McDavid scored in overtime, I'm sure I yelled so loud that the window shook in my house. Like it was, I can't, like it was, I don't know why. Well, I know why, but it's like, I scared Fancy so bad. She ran down here and hid in her kennel.
Oh,
I know. And
no.
I felt so bad afterwards. Yeah. I'm like, oh man. And then I called her upstairs and I apologized and I pet her a whole bunch and I gave her treats, and it's like, yeah, but, that was a huge deal, man. Like, and, the thing is now, after watching that caliber of hockey, NHL sucks now. Like, watching the NHL, it's like, oh boy, like it's not the same level. It's slow, and like the guys are making big mistakes and stuff. It's like, holy shit, guys. Like,
no, there was a whole different level of pressure that was put on to that tournament.
100%.
And the statements that were made by politicians going into the gold medal, going into the final, just increased everything tenfold.
Oh yeah.
And I was working that night.
Yeah.
And I was live on the radio, and I had the TV on. And I could barely pay attention to my own fucking show.
for good reasons, though.
Yeah.
Like,
I had the audio queued, and I was recording it, and I had to wipe like every 10 minutes because the audio files were just like building up and building up. And when Connor McDavid came on and scored that goal, I interrupted a song.
Well, well, okay, that's the right thing to do. And I bet you didn't even it wasn't even mentioned the next day that you interrupted a song. I'm guessing. You probably got praised for it.
No, it was. Oh no, sorry. It was mentioned. It was like, I heard you play that Connor McDavid play by play. Yeah, he goes, cool. Walked away.
That's the right thing to do. Like,
Yeah.
So in that same vein, like that same evening, there's some video that got released, and Our Lady Peace released it themselves. That right after. Okay, so to preface that, Our Lady Peace is playing in Edmonton that night. And they were live on stage when it happened, and like I guess the crowd went nuts because everybody was watching the game on their phones while the concert was going on. And then they cheered, and then I guess Rain Maid was like, "Well, what's going on?" It's like, and then they told him, like, then they broke into "Oh Canada," like just spontaneously. Like, that's, you can't get more fucking Canadian than that, right?
No. Our Lady Peace has actually been making some interesting moves lately, and I think it's way overdue.
Yeah. And we'll go right into that right now. It's like a couple days earlier, they were playing in Calgary. I believe that was the first time they did. They brought back a song that was previously retired by them.
Yeah.
And that song is Whatever.
And I'm glad I brought this in because if you do not know what this song is, it sounds like this. Yes, I put that leaf there.
Yeah. I figured as much.
I'll allow me.
Yeah.
So it was the aggressive,
The Ruthless Aggression.
Ruthless Aggression remix entrance for Chris Benoit, formerly WWE wrestling superstar, incredible prodigy wrestling superstar, piece of shit human being. Let's just get that clear.
Piece of shit human being that had really bad CTE.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
So anyway, the sound track, the entrance done by OLP, Our Lady Peace. The title was Whatever. After everything happened with Chris Benoit, OLP just like, nope. Yeah. It's on the shelf. We will never play it again. Yeah. But it was only recently, like within the last couple of weeks, they said, you know what? No, this is our song. We're bringing this back, and we're bringing this back with the reasoning and the caveat of we are raising awareness for those who need help. Mental health is important.
And as soon as they played that in Calgary, they put on the screens, it's like the suicide hotline number, the 988, which is that's a great way to do it. You know, like people struggle a lot, you know, and especially with the shit going on lately, you know, like that's the right thing to do.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I said this to Alicia when they announced this. It's like, they're going to start playing Whatever again. She goes, they're going to start playing Whatever again? The song's called Whatever. Yeah. And it sounds like this. And I played it for her in the car. Yeah. Because I had, the app open. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember whether or not she recognized it, but I was just like, this fucking song just kicks.
It slaps so hard.
Yeah.
And it's, I'm glad that they brought it back, like under the premise of like taking it back from somebody that doesn't deserve it anymore, you know? So absolutely. No, it's good. And it's back rightfully where it's supposed to be. I mean, it'll never get played on WWE again, and that's fine.
No, good Lord, no.
I mean, and there's no reason to, because they will never mention Chris Benoit on TV or in any facet. For a while there, it was even hard to find references to him in old PLEs or pay-per-views back in the day, because they went back and really downplayed. They scrubbed him as much as they could. Like there's matches that they couldn't, like WrestleMania 20 against Eddie Guerrero. They can't scrub that. Yeah. But some of the other stuff, they totally and just downplayed his role and everything. And that's the right thing to do.
Yeah. You know? Kurt Angle even said too, like it is heartbreaking. The entire situation is heartbreaking.
100%. Yeah.
for many reasons, including the fact that some of his favorite matches of all time were against Chris Benoit.
Yeah. But I mean, like, not to get into the whole Chris Benoit thing, you know, I think it's been talked to death. Mind the pun. But, you know, like the stuff that he did do was amazing. But you look at how much wrestling has changed since that, like with no headshots, yeah, they're bringing back some of the more, call it controversial moves now. I think they're modifying them to make them as safe as possible. Absolutely. You know, like, because they don't need that. I mean, it's a bad look for everybody when a performer dies like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah,
good for Our Lady Peace. You know, one of my favorite Canadian bands. You know, like probably top 10 Canadian bands.
Mm-hmm. Cody Rhodes' favorite Canadian band.
Yeah, I think favorite band, not Canadian.
Yeah.
Just favorite band, which is weird in a way.
Oh, whatever.
This is terrible.
That wasn't even a pun.
Yeah.
Short little tangent here. I was working out at the gym with Alicia, and we work out together. We don't have our earbuds in. We don't listen to our own music, whatever. Mm-hmm. We're just, coaching each other and having a few laughs, whatever. So we're listening to the music that's being piped into the gym, and it's on like some sort of mixtape, whatever, streaming service, blah blah blah. And I hear this remix, and I'm like, I know this song, not the remix, but I know like the root of this song. And one of the lyrics was, "I don't want to fall in love." I was like, oh, I know this song. And I told Alicia, like, I know this song. And she goes, oh? I said, yeah. And I do like a couple of reps, and I go, Chris Isaac. She goes, oh, who's that? I said, that's the one who wrote this song. And she goes, oh, and the song's called I Don't Want to Fall in Love. I went, no, that's not it. And I do a few more reps, and I go, Wicked Game. It's Chris Isaac, Wicked Game. And she looks at me really confused. I go, what? She goes, how'd you know that? I said, I know a lot about music. Why is this shocking to you? She goes, this is like an older artist? I said, Chris Isaac? Yeah, this is like 80s, 90s.
That song came in 1990.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. But she goes, so this is an older song. I said, well, the original, not what we're hearing now. This is a remix.
Yeah. She
goes, oh, that makes sense. I said, well, what do you mean? She goes, well, you know, older artists. But yeah, I do. She goes, well, Chris Isaac just sounds like a newer artist, so I was confused as to why you knew this person.
Like, was that like a backhanded old person joke? That's good.
She, as soon as it came out of her mouth, she had this look on her face like, I just fucked up. Like, no. Oh, you're right.
Oh, boy.
It was the cutest thing ever.
That's great. Oh, man.
I love Alicia. I love working out with you. Never change. It's shit like that. Like she might get a little bit upset by it, but I find it so heartwarming. And every single fucking time.
Heart warping. Remember that one?
Heart warping.
Heart warping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I had something and it is fucking gone. It is. I was gonna add, like, I know you said I like the song I don't want to fall in love. I immediately thought there's a Jane Child. Is it Jane Child on the GTA 5 soundtrack? What the fuck is? Oh, I gotta look it up. And that's gonna be really loud because my keyboard's really loud. Jane Child. That's what I said. Mm-hmm. So, like, when you said that, that's immediately where my head went, because I just, for the third time, finished GTA 5 100% on single player.
But
what?
But you did it on enhanced.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, not really. I did it on legacy and enhanced because it took me 75 hours. Okay, but that's over like
hours.
That's over like 6 months. Okay, like Like it's a lot. But like,
You didn't
okay,
just take a week off of work to go.
no.
I have to get this done.
Since Enhance came out, and it's been a couple weeks now, I think it came out on March 5th. I've played it for 24 hours since March 5th, which isn't bad. But, like I had some days off, and it's been when the weather was shitty. It's like, well, what else am I going to do? When the roads are bad, I can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I might as well just sit on the couch and play GTA. I love that game, by the way. Still, to this day. Like, I'm still pumped for 6 coming out. But, like,
I'm torn.
In a way, I don't want to leave 5. I wish they would add more single-player content to it.
GTA Online killed that.
I know, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Like, I like GTA Online. Like, like, we played lots of GTA Online together. Like, and I love, like, shooting people in the head in the game, obviously. And you and, everybody else. But
primarily me. When I log on to GTA Online and you're online at the same time, GTA informs me
online.
your arch nemesis is online right now.
I know. It's me.
Love you for it.
I know. It's weird. But like I'm really hoping that in 6 that they're gonna have the main story is gonna have the replayability like 5 had. Like I'm not gonna lie here. I probably have 1,500 to 1,700 hours in that game.
Oh, across
like
all platforms?
Across,
probably?
like I played it on 4 platforms. I bought it when it came out, and I know we talked about this. I bought it when it came out on PS3. I played the shit out of it on PS3. Then I moved to PlayStation 4. I played the 500 hours on PlayStation 4 alone. Then I moved to PC, and I got I don't know, 1,000 hours on PC alone now.
Yeah.
Like, it's nuts. So I'm just hoping that when we get 6, and apparently 6 is going to be expensive.
Well, all the games are being adjusted price-wise.
Like we're looking in like $120 to $130 for probably the base. That's the way it's looking, and we won't get it on PC right away. It'll be at least a year after, which sucks. I mean, I have it on I have a PlayStation 5, so I'll play it on there. But I mean, you'll end up getting a PlayStation 5. Then at least we can play together on that.
This is true.
And this is like out, but like we can play in front of our PCs on PlayStation 5 with your capture card.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. I already knew that. I had this fucking rig future-proofed for that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of torn. Like, love GTA 5, love the story, love playing online, especially with you, Tyler, Ethan, Chris, James, like anyone. Like, making private servers was the big thing that just helped make that game a lot more tolerable. Because on PC, there's a lot of pricks and a lot of weirdos.
I think like there was a pretty big resurgence in my interest of GTA 5 after you could do, friends only servers, private servers, just because, because then you're not dealing with like the assholes, like you say, it's the way it is. So,
but with GTA 6, like I'm torn. Like you, like I don't want to leave GTA 5. It is too much fun. There's too much history there. Hours, hundreds upon hundreds of hours played across multiple platforms. Absolutely. And
I think that when it comes out, it's going to, like when 6 comes out, it's going to be like, holy fuck, GTA 5 looks bad. You know what I mean? Like even with this enhanced edition that we're playing now, like it looks really good, but I think it's going to get to the point where it's like, we ain't gonna go back. But I remember when they released online for 5, and it did not go good.
No,
like
the initial never did.
There was nothing to do. Like you spawned in and you just like you did nothing. Like you didn't have an apartment. You like it was all released later. So
Yeah.
it was, and it took forever to get on.
Yeah.
So
No, I remember that too.
yeah.
So GTA 5, like, yeah, when the online was released, yeah, there was barely anything there, but
Yeah.
then they put some muscle into it, and then the success of GTA 5 is what killed any sort of DLC for the single player, because there was a plan
Oh,
for
yeah.
single player DLC.
Yeah.
There was like scripts, and in fact the voice actors for the main three characters, it, you know, said like, no, like, we went into recording studio, but then everything shifted as soon as GTA Online took
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
But I can't help but think of like, okay, Red Dead Redemption 2 Online, like that just
It fell
it's
flat.
a stale fish, and it's been stale since.
It's the difference between the games though. Like there's only so much you can do on a horse,
Yeah,
right? Like you can't fly in Red Dead Online. You can't do that. Like there's no there's no power boats, like there's no crazy cars. Like cool, I got this fast horse. Like it looks like a horse to me. you know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
the thing. Where
so
GTA, you get cool cars and bikes and flying motorbikes and hovering cars and like the Batmobile. Like that's the shit that's the difference. And I think.
yeah, and what can you do in RDR Online? You can go hunting, you can go fishing, you can go treasure hunting. Like,
Well, then I might as well just play the single player game.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, and that's kind of where it fell flat.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I know. Like we tried playing it for a bit. Like there was a group of us that played it for a bit, and it wasn't fun. So
Well, yeah. For me, like, I'm all for, giving each other shit online. Absolutely. Like, there's a reason why the game tells me on GTA 5 that when you log on, oh, the Media Jack, your arch nemesis, has logged on, because you and I fucking continue to just blow each other up. But
yeah,
there's that, and then there's like completely just messing around and just ruining the experience because no particular reason. And
yeah,
unfortunately, not GTA, RDR Online for me was spoiled by a few people who were just always just fucking around.
oh yeah,
And we couldn't get anything done.
Yeah.
And just like anyway.
yeah.
So does that. But also I wanted to bring up Mass Effect. Mass Effect 2 was an absolute triumph. Mass Effect 2 was one of the best games I have ever played. And I didn't even play Mass Effect 1. In fact, to this fucking very day, I have not finished Mass Effect 1. But I looked forward to Mass Effect 3. And it came out, I played it. Yeah, okay. The ending was shit.
Yeah.
But I still look back and go, no, Mass Effect 2 was the shining jewel of that trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of what I worry about with GTA, because there are two standouts within that universe, and that is San Andreas and GTA 5.
See, I agree with you. I do.
Yeah.
But when we're talking like the 3D generation, I don't think about San Andreas. I've never finished San Andreas. I have played the shit out of Vice City though. I prefer this. I prefer the story. Like there's way more things you could do in San Andreas, but the story and the gameplay of Vice City, to me it was better. But I guess it was where I was in my life too. Like I was working on the road. Oh, excuse me. When San Andreas came out, or right around there. Yeah, I just it never came across my desk, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But we kind of went on a video game tangent there for a little bit.
Well, we were going to talk about GTA.
Oh yeah.
Enhanced. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I just want to point out too, on Steam right now, GTA San Andreas is going for $80.
Wow. Okay. I gotta see this. Okay, so Grant.
I saw it just.
Okay, that's the Oh, is it? That's just the one game.
Yeah. Like, I'm not fucking crazy. I don't know why it came up, and I was rolling through Steam because I knew that I had to. Yeah, there it is.
What
Grand Theft
the
Auto,
fuck, dude?
San Andreas Definitive Edition, $80.
I wonder. Okay, I'm gonna I'll look at something here. I'm gonna see what it is on the Rockstar launcher. Get out of here! Stop it! Stop it!
Yeah, stop it. Do what I say.
Like, I just wonder what it cost on the Rockstar launcher itself for the whole package.
Now, I don't know what it included, but I just remember I saw that earlier today. I was like, that's fucking insane. Yeah, be careful. Your Rockstar launcher just showed up on the screen.
Yeah, no, I moved it off that screen.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the nice thing about having two screens. So if you go, well, let's see, store. But like, it's $80 for the one game. That's
I could be wrong.
no, like that's what it was showing up for me. No, it won't. It might not show me how much it costs because I own it already. But that's ridiculous. Like $80, like that's what, 200.
I'm not saying it's right.
Like $240 for those 3 games. Yeesh, that went up. No, it won't. It won't show me the price right now. That's crazy, dude.
Well, give me a sec here. San Andreas. GTA San Andreas Definitive Edition.
Okay, this is saying $80 for all 3 games.
Okay, yeah,
I'm wondering if that's just a landing page where it's like, okay, you're gonna buy this, but for $80 you actually get all 3. But even that, $80 for those 3 games, that's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so what I did was I went to the Epic Game Store, and it is for GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. It is the definitive edition. But yeah, it's still fucking $80.
And you can get GTA 5 enhanced for $45 right now.
Yeah.
That's wow. Yeah.
Did I break you?
Well, there's proof right there that GTA 6 is going to be $130.
Yeah, that's probably proof positive there too.
Yeah, it sucks. Oh well. You were talking about before we came on that you're trying to you're cooking your grandma's cookies.
Baking.
Yeah. Oh.
So this is something that so 2 birthdays ago, and I've already apologized for this. Alicia got me B. Dylan Hollis cookbook, Cooking Yesteryear. And I was going through these recipes, and they're recipes from like 30s to 1980.
Okay.
And some of them are wild.
Is it like some super weird stuff?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. yeah. There's some really weird shit.
There's an Instagram page that's dedicated to stuff like that. And some of it is like, what in the fuck are you cooking? That a guy eats it is like, okay, this is really good.
You're probably thinking of the same guy.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah.
Caucasian, very thin, has a red kitchen.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's his cookbook.
Okay.
Anyway, that got me thinking. Before my grandmother passed, and this is my dad's mom, she had this tradition where all the adults, her kids, would get home baking for Christmas, and it was 3 specific things. It was shortbread cookies, and butter tarts, and fruitcake or Christmas cake, however you pick. But it was like no one had ever made shortbread cookies like her. Never mind the fruitcake or the butter tarts, which, I mean, sure, she had her own flair to it, absolutely. But the shortbread cookies were like those were hers.
Yeah.
I've had other people's shortbread cookies. I had store-bought shortbread cookies. I've tried a few recipes here and there, whatever. Anyway, I've really started to miss those shortbread cookies. So since January, I have been cooking batch upon batch upon batch of shortbread cookies.
That's how you were bulking. Cookies. I get it now.
Cookies, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Side note: I'm drinking a Spud Light from Pile of Bones from Regina, Saskatchewan, right now.
Interesting.
It's made out of potatoes. It's made out of potatoes.
Yeah, interesting.
It's delicious.
Did you get that from Homebrew?
No, that's from Pile of Bones.
Okay.
In Regina.
Anyway, so I've been spoiling the family as well, because like a new batch of shortbread cookies, we need to try these out. So I am now about to start batch number 5. And I think I have it down.
Nice.
Because the first batch I used way too much powdered sugar. The second batch, I burnt them, and there was something else. Oh, the butter wasn't soft enough, and apparently clearly that makes a difference. Third batch, I used melted butter, and I still burnt them. Like, I'm trying to find this middle road. So, oh yeah, and also the third batch, I overworked the dough, which I found out was a thing. Yeah. So
interesting.
So this time around, number 4, and I currently have a frozen batch of dough sitting on my counter.
Yeah.
It was whipped, soft dough, sifted flour, the right amount of powdered sugar, a tablespoon of vanilla, and I did not overwork the dough. I made damn sure to not overwork the dough, because if you do that, it actually makes the cookie really dense.
Okay.
And so this is the second half of a batch that I made, and I baked them on Saturday, and I was almost in tears, because it's like, this is so fucking close. And I looked at Alicia and I said, like, I don't think I can do anything more. Like, this is it. Like, just the simple adjustments, and this is it. So I took these shortbread cookies to dinner, family dinner last night.
Yeah.
And gone. Like, the whole thing gone.
That's awesome.
And I was like, okay, guess what everyone's getting for Christmas this year?
Cookies. Yeah.
Cookies, yeah. So she made 2 different types of shortbread cookies. One of them was just plain, but she put food coloring in them, and it would create this like a kind of a melted swirl, which was really cool. Yeah. And I created those. And the other type was just no food coloring, but she added candied fruit, like diced candied fruit into it, like maraschino cherries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm personally not a fan of shortbread cookies. But
no,
that's I get it, And of course, I forget to mute things. Sorry.
What were you playing?
No, my WhatsApp was open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of that. Like, it took me 4 to 5 batches to get as close as I could. And I think at this point in time, it is just repetition and practice, which is like the family's like, oh shit.
Well, I'm glad your cooking forays went well, but mine today didn't go that well. I wanted tacos today, and so I'm participating in the boycott the United States sort of stuff.
Hi, Brooke. Yep.
Yeah. So, any taco shells you can find in the store where I live, made in the States. So I'm like, yeah, okay. I've made tacos before. I've made tortillas before. You know, like I'm not talking like hard tacos, like tortillas. I'm like, yeah, you know, I have all of the stuff in my cupboard. Like I have flour, I have baking powder, you know, and I have oil, you know, and that's all it took.
Mm-hmm.
They are the worst goddamn tortillas I've ever tried. Like I don't know if the flour was old or the baking powder was old. Well, I know the flour was old, but like I just don't know, man. It was just like, it was sad. And then you like I made everything, you know, like cuz I was making the meat sauce or like the taco meat at the same time as I was, you know, baking the tortilla or, you know, cooking the tortillas, and the taco meat tasted bad. Oh. And it was just like, it was such just a sad state of affairs. It's like, I'm a good cook. I am. I mean, you don't get fat by, you know, like eating healthy or by eating, you know, okay, I lost my fucking train of thought there, but you know, like,
you don't get fat by eating bad food.
Yeah. So,
or poorly cooked food.
Yeah. So this was just disappointing. So I don't know. I'm gonna try again. I don't know. It was sad. Sad state
again,
of affairs.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
I too have been paying more attention to like, what is Canadian? What is Is this made in Canada or is this imported to Canada? Right.
Yeah.
I found the wording on that on a few products. Like, oh,
yeah,
isn't that interesting? No.
So there's a couple apps out there too that are telling you what's Canadian and what's not, and apparently some of them you have to watch pretty close because some of them have gotten hacked already, and they're changing what is Canadian and what's not on them, which is fucking scumbaggish. But whatever. I mean, that's the state of the world that we're in right now. You know,
it is, and like my shopping is not exactly complicated.
No,
and it was interesting when this whole thing started. Like, you see these lists pop up on like social media, whatever, like Canadian, not a Canadian, right? And I remember specifically French's, I think, or Heinz, or one of those condiment companies was on both sides. Like, the fuck you doing?
I think because I think it's French's, because some stuff is Canadian and some stuff is, or maybe it's Heinz. I can't remember. Like Heinz, like everybody says, like, oh, they're Canadian. It's like, no, they're not. But everybody always picks Heinz ketchup because it does taste better than French's ketchup. But yeah. Like if I'm buying mustard, I'm buying French's mustard because Heinz mustard tastes like garbage.
Yes.
But I'm just glad, like, I buy like one bottle of ketchup a year, and it's an old Heinz one, so maybe it'll last me through the dark ages. Right now, we'll see.
Daryl's Heinz ketchup with experience.
That's like all the condiments in my fridge. Funny story. I have a bottle of hot sauce in my fridge that's probably a decade old.
Oh, that shit can go bad.
Not this stuff. I think it's too hot to go bad. Well, it's vinegar based, so it's not going to go bad, but it's just, I don't know. I haven't tried it in a long time.
It just burns off its own bacteria.
Oh, I don't know, dude. It's like it's been, like I said, it's been a while since I've had it, but it was violently hot. Like a Filipino lady made it herself. I think it was fermented and then like finished with vinegar, so like it's not going to go bad, but like, I don't know, man. I think I should just throw it out. You know what? I'll try it and I'll let you know. And if you don't hear from me, then you know what happened.
Coming to you live from Daryl's bathroom. It's not good.
Oh God.
Everything hurts. It's coming out of my pores.
Yeah. That's about how hot that stuff was back in the day. Like, no kidding, dude. Like, yeah.
Gut rot from hot sauce is no bueno. Yeah, no kidding,
Yeah.
Brooke.
Yeah, no, it's not. It is not good stuff. I mean,
There's
I
a,
love hot sauce, but yeah.
Yeah. There's a local comedian, Mike McGuire, like from Prince George, true and true. He actually has a side gig of creating and bottling and selling his own hot sauce.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'll support a guy. Sure, why not? You know, so I bought a bottle of this hot sauce, and it's got the old pop top on it with the metal wires, and this shit is good. Like,
So
it's tasty and it's hot and
see that's a side effect of what's happening right now. It's like when you would go to the grocery store, it's like, oh, I need some hot sauce. What are you gonna grab? Frank's probably, you know, right? Because it's the biggest name, it's the most accessible because it's just the way it is. So now that people are, you know, actively not buying stuff made in the States, they're like, oh, you know, I'm gonna find this Canadian stuff, or I'm gonna try and find something local. You know, like we've talked about this way before any of this shit happened. Like I am a huge proponent of buying local. Everything that I can. Like my fucking guitar, like my main guitar that I play was built 100 kilometers away from where I live.
Yeah.
You know? Like the pedal board that I have, same thing, 80 kilometers from where I live. Like everything that I buy so much shit at Long McQuaid. It's if everybody just did this all the time, it would just be better, right? But now people are realizing that, holy shit, there's some of this really good stuff that has been under my nose for how long, and now it took a trade war for me to find it.
Yeah. You know, and sometimes
and now they won't go back.
That.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. You know, like
before we started this, you wanted to talk like, you know, I don't want shit stories and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I had an adventure with this new board. I have a brand new mixer here on my desk.
Yeah.
I had an adventure with this thing, and I ended up buying a Canadian product. And as soon as I plugged this thing in, it worked immediately.
Yeah.
I enjoy the way it sounds. I don't know if it sounds any different to you, but to me, it sounds like I'm at my radio station. It sounds like I am broadcast level again. Yeah. And the only thing wrong with my old board was, you know, again, behind the scenes, channel 1 and channel 2 were starting to degrade. And it turned out that this was a design flaw from the company that I had been buying boards from for years. And try as I might, it just could not get around that.
Yeah.
So
I had a board very similar to what you had. It was a Mackie with with the effects on it, and it would never work properly for me. So I upgraded to something bigger than that. But I've been looking at a board like what you have. Like I have my audio interfaces fairly. What the hell just happened? As I'm talking about it, it's starting to cut out on me. Yeah. Anyways, no, I'm looking into getting something else because.
You know, I'm like the model. It is a tube mix ART board. Their home base is in Toronto, and like I said, as soon as I plugged this thing in, no problems, no issues. Boom, it worked. It sounds beautiful, and it does everything I needed to do.
Perfect.
And it has enough channels that I can continue to do what I want to and need to do, like today and in the near future.
Yeah.
The company that I was so fucking disappointed with was Behringer.
Oh yeah, I had a couple Behringer interfaces over the years that I was just
holy fuck, like
weren't good.
What a I bought the board, like I picked the board.
Yep.
And I bought it from Long and McQuaid. And I brought it home, fought with it for like 2.5 hours, and tried to call their 1-800 number, out of service. Like wouldn't even ring through. Tried to call their number in Las Vegas, wouldn't even ring through.
No.
Tried to contact them through their
social media or anything.
social media, was it Music Tribe or Media Tribe or whatever fucking website?
Nothing.
Defunct. Like nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. I took
Yeah.
the mixer back the day, like the same fucking day.
Yeah.
And I was like, show me something else.
Yeah.
I was like, well, there's this. And like I said, brought it home, plugged it in. Fucking beautiful.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to look into one of those.
And the hot sauce, I have to point this out. Suspicious Cyclops hot sauce.
It sounds interesting.
So fucking good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. No, and like that's the thing. You know, like there's 100 different Canadian versions of everything that you want out there. You know, it may take some trial and error to find something that you like. Suck it up, princess. That's the world we're living in right now.
You know what?
Right.
I made that mistake. I bought a bottle of Canadian Club whiskey, and Alicia's like, "Why don't you just grab Jack Daniels? There's one right there." I'm like, "No." She goes, "It's your favorite."
I was going to ask you about that.
I know.
Actually. Yeah. I was going to ask you about that. So, like, in BC, did they physically pull off all the American liquor off the shelves up there?
So the two liquor stores that I do walk into from time to time.
In morning and evening, I know you got to spread them out, you know, so you're not
exactly.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Can't make it obvious. So the one liquor store that is actually just like a walking distance from here.
Yeah.
There is still American alcohol on the shelf, but it's clear that they're not in a hurry to restock it.
Yeah.
And I haven't gone into the big government liquor store yet, but
the BC, you have a BCLC up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Signature
Okay.
signature stores.
Yeah.
So I haven't gone into there, but like you've piqued my interest because like I should actually, just out of curiosity, because there's plenty of posts I'm seeing online in like liquor stores in Alberta and in Manitoba and in Ontario where it's like they didn't pull the bottles off the shelf, but they did like tarp it off.
Yeah,
with
I
big
saw
signs
that.
says, "Buy Canadian."
Yeah. So a couple weeks ago, or I guess it was last week, the Saskatchewan Liquor and Gaming Authority released a list of stuff that was going to get not restocked. Yeah. And it was, I'm trying to find it. But like it was a pretty big list of stuff. It was like, oh man, like Budweiser, Coors Light, Michelob Ultra. Like there was a whole list of all stuff like that was like you weren't going to be able to get it again. And apparently they rolled that back because a lot of that stuff it's American owned, where, you know, like they're American products, but they're still brewed in Canada. So like it's kind of like a catch-22. So like, so now I guess they are restocking it, but it's like, yeah. But like, so what I've been doing is like, I drink beer. That's what I pretty much only drink. I drink craft beer still, like I am right now. But when I go to, you know, like when I want to buy a case of beer where I'm going to have 8, 10, 32, whatever, you know, what I feel like, I've been buying Great Western. Great Western is brewed right in Saskatoon. It's a macro brewery now.
Oh, okay.
They got so big. Well, they opened in like, I think the late 90s or mid 90s, early 90s. Doesn't matter. Yeah. In the 90s. And they bought, there was a Labatt bottling plant or brewery in Saskatoon. They closed it. So 16 people from Saskatchewan bought this brewery and reopened it under the Great Western Brewing moniker. And now it's Saskatchewan made beer. So now that is what I'm buying. Like, instead of buying like something from Molson, because Molson isn't owned by it's not owned by Canadians anymore. Labatt isn't. So, Great Western. Great Western is so big now. Get this. They're the official beer of the Calgary Flames.
Oh shit.
Like,
that's cool.
Great Western Original 16 is the beer of the Calgary Flames. So when you go to a Calgary Flames game, you're getting Original 16 brewed in Saskatoon, which is kind of cool to me. I'm sure there's breweries in Calgary that aren't happy about it, because there's breweries in Calgary that could easily do that, but
it's where the money is.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you follow the money, and that's where it goes. But at the same time, like we are still, we're happily and proudly sponsored by Homebound Brewery.
100%. Yes.
Yeah, and so,
but and and all this talk about like the beer stuff, like I talked to Tom about it last weekend. I'm like, so like what do you think about this? And he's like, that's just, it's the way it goes, like. And I told him there's a lot of people that will specifically come and buy your stuff because it is local. And I've even mentioned him. It's like, you may be getting an influx of new customers because of all the shit going on. And he's like, bring it on. And funny story.
Yeah.
They're doing a food challenge there now.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a 5-stack burger, like a 5-patty burger. With a full bowl of fries and a beer, and you have 30 minutes to finish. Like, I will never, ever even attempt it. But I'm gonna pull it up here. Let's see if I can. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna. There we go. I think that's it. Yes, that is it. So yeah, there you go. Homebound Snack Bar and Homebound Brewery. Check that out. And the burgers there are fucking fantastic. Mitch does a hell of a job. But don't tell him I said that because he'd make fun of me. But
you know what? That would be a challenge. That would be a challenge worth
oh god,
attempting.
Yeah.
You ever done a food challenge before?
No.
Or at least like had a signature meal from a restaurant?
No. Dude, like I'm a big dude. I am. I mean, like we've talked about this.
Yeah.
I don't eat that much.
No.
I don't. I've never been able to be like a food challenge guy just because I get full too fast.
Fair.
Yeah.
I did it once. And I was a teenager, so I had hollow legs.
Yep.
And so, short story, my dad just divorced his second wife, and we moved into an industrial area.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Because I know the story.
I know what I said.
Yeah, I know the story. Yeah.
Anyway, we moved into an industrial area, and we were living in a 2-bedroom apartment above his automotive shop. And it was right next door to a strip mall. And in this strip mall, it was actually nice.
I was going to say strip club.
Strip
club would be way better.
In this strip mall, it was actually well suited. There was a liquor store, there was a convenience store, there was a sushi shop, and there was a Greasy Spoon dive restaurant.
Yeah.
And they had a signature burger. It was something like the Sawmill Burger or something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever. And Brooke says, "Sign me up, please." We moved in there. It was a summer vacation because I remember it was just after my graduation. I can't remember what school year it was. It must have been grade 7 moving into grade 8. And summer vacation, and my dad asked if I was interested in going over to the restaurant there. I said, "Oh, maybe. Why?" He goes, "Well, apparently they got some good food there, but if you want to go for it. Here's some money." So okay, cool. So I go in there, and this very nice waitress. I remember this very nice waitress like, "Can I help you?" I was like, "Yeah, I just wanted to have some lunch." She goes, "Oh, okay. Are you lost or something?" I went, "No,
yeah, yes.
My dad lives right there, and like we live right there. Like we live in the apartment above my dad's shop." She goes, "Oh, your father's Mark," and blah 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 blah. I was like, "Yeah. Okay. Come and sit down. I'll give you a menu." And so I'm looking through the menu, and I see the Sawmill Burger, and it's a signature challenge burger.
Yeah.
So I asked, like, "What's that?" She goes, "Oh, it's a big burger. Blah 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 blah." It's like, "Sure." I finished it. I didn't break any records, but I fucking finished it. And even like the cook came out like, someone help you with this? I went, no. But I was like a young teen, like,
Yeah.
just like hollow legs
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like like yeah, I finished it. Sure, I didn't have dinner that night.
No, God, no. No, and you probably didn't poop right the next day either.
Yeah. Probably, but that was the one and only time I can recall ever doing like an actual like signature restaurant meal challenge type thing.
So like I never did it, but so well, fuck, it's 13 years ago. I was in Vegas. My cousin and I went. It was actually funnily enough, it would be 13 years ago tomorrow because it was on my birthday. My birthday is in 2 hours here, but it was shortly after I dealt with cancer shit. So like, fuck it, I'm going to Vegas. And that was back when the dollar was on par and not everything was crazy. So I'll keep this short. I won't go through the whole trip, but we went to Fremont Street, I think the first night, and we walked past this restaurant. It was called the Heart Attack Grill.
Oh, I know that place.
Yeah, you heard about it? Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I fucking been there. So when we walked by that first night, it was closed. And my cousin and I, like, we're going there tomorrow. Like, fuck it. So, yeah, the next night, or the next afternoon, because I think they closed at like 10, so we went down to Fremont Street a little earlier, and we walk in. And I think I might have told this story on here before, but it doesn't matter because it's still good. But like, so you walk in, and it's like a 50s diner, kind of like they got like the tiled walls and like they got the booths with like there's lots of chrome and like really bright colors. And so like, they're like, well, do you want a booth or do you want to sit at the bar? Fuck it, let's just sit at the bar. So we sit at the bar. You could buy lots of things there. Like you could get a milkshake, but it was made with like real cream and ice cream, like heavy. Yeah. Like you could buy cigarettes there, but every pack of cigarettes were non-filtered.
Oh my God.
Like back in the day, that's how it would have been.
Yeah.
The
fuck is this?
yeah. The French fries aren't deep fried in like oil. They're deep fried in lard.
Oh my God.
So, and they pretty much just had burgers there. So you could get, and they called it bypasses. So like a single bypass was a single burger, double up to quadruple. When I went, it was up to quadruple. I think that was the biggest you could get. And then it went up to fucking, I think now I looked, it's like 8. Like you get an 8 patty, and it's a patty, like a foot, like I think it's like a pound patty plus 3 to 4 slices of bacon and 2 slices of cheese each.
I can feel my blood getting thick just fucking hearing about it.
So I ordered a double. I think my cousin ordered a triple, like, because at the time, like we'd had some beers by then, like I don't need anything more than that. So, and I finished everything. My cousin finished everything on the plate. There's a rule in that restaurant. If you don't finish your food, they beat you with a paddle. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding, dude.
Okay.
So we're in there, we're we're watching whatever. I forgot to mention this. When you walk in, they put you in a hospital gown.
Yeah.
Like right over your clothes. It's like, here, put this on.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever. And there's a scale there. And if you're over 350 pounds, you get a burger for free. And you can spam that as much as you want. So I was talking to the bartender because we were sitting at the bar. And I was like, so how many, like, what's the record for people that have gone and keep doing it? And he's like, 21.
Oh my God.
So it must have been like a quarter-pound burger or, like, because it's a single, right? But 21.
Yeah.
So like this dude, like the bartender told me at the time, he's like, yeah, he ate 21 of them. Yeah, I think he died like 3 days later. So no,
Oh my
like
God.
I don't know if that's a story, you know,
Yeah.
like just for the lore.
This is in the manual. Just say this.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, back to the
Stale.
getting beaten. So
Yeah.
we're sitting fairly close to a younger couple. They were in there, and they're dressed up pretty nice. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing in the heart attack grill? And so this tiny little girl, like, and I say tiny, like she was probably like, you know, like 5'5" and like 100 pounds. And she ordered a single and she couldn't finish it. And and they're watching you. Dude, they're fucking watching you in there.
Yeah.
She put like either some of her fries or part of her burger on her boyfriend's plate.
Oh.
And they're like, oh, no, you can't do that in here. You have to finish all your food. So now you get the paddle. This girl, she's like, they're both dressed up. Like she's wearing like a short, like she's wearing a dress, but it's like it's a very small skirt. Like there's no fabric there to protect you.
Yeah.
They bend this poor girl over the table, like not sexually or anything, but they they bring out a fucking pallet, like it looked like a cricket mallet, and they smacked her across the ass like as hard as they could. Like I don't know if they still do that, but like we're talking like 13 years ago here where we were there, but like yeah, they beat the shit out of this poor girl.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then we're like, well, why was that? She's like, oh, because she put some of her food on her boyfriend's plate. And I'm like, well, I'm glad I ate all my fucking food.
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't steal any of your fries.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking, paid the bill and got the fuck out of there. Didn't get beat up. Like I didn't come to Vegas to get beat up. But anyways, good times. But no, I have not done any food challenges because that's not my cup of tea.
Brooks's hot wing challenge in Arizona had to sign a waiver. The shirt was not worth the gastric ulcer.
Yeah, there was a place in Saskatoon like that too. It was called Crawdaddy's, where the same thing. Like it was Louisiana restaurant, and they had just some violent wings, and I heard nothing but bad stories about it. But then, fun story about that place: somebody lost it in a poker game.
That can still happen.
Apparently. Because one day it was just closed. It was a popular place and then it was just gone. So I don't know. Maybe that's just an urban rumor or urban myth. I don't know. Is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yes.
Yes.
So we're not changing the format specifically right now. We're not deleting anything off of our playlist. Going forward, until shit changes, everything added to the Found Signals
playlist.
Everything added to the Found Signals playlist on Spotify will be Canadian content only.
Yeah,
which is pretty easy because there's a lot of just Canadian content in there already. So, what's your first one?
I'm gonna go with OLP and whatever.
Yeah. Then that could have been the title of this episode, but I named it Elbows Up for, Mike Myers.
Yep.
Elbows fucking up, boys.
Absolutely.
Yeah. My first one, and I'm going like, I'm picking the low hanging fruit here. It's Nickelback, but it's a heavier one. It's Side of a Bullet.
Oh,
great track.
Bit of a deep cut too. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it? Well, it's kind of.
It's definitely not a charter. I can tell you.
No, God, no. But I mean that's the song that there's the unused Dimebag Darrell riff on it. So, which is What's your second one?
I'm gonna go a little bit back, and this one has a wrestling reference in it. It is Swollen Members and Bottom Line.
I don't think I know that one. I know Swollen Members though.
Yeah. So in this song, there is actually the recording of Stone Cold Steve Austin talking about Kane when he removed his mask.
Really?
Yeah.
Bottom Line. Okay. I'm gonna have to check that out because that sounds fucking interesting to me.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Thank you.
My second one, the last one for the evening. this is, I don't know. It fits because what's happening to us in Canada could happen to somebody anywhere else in the world. So this could be anywhere in the world by Alexis on Fire. Right?
Yeah.
Because if they're doing this shit to us, you might be next.
Yeah.
So
unfortunately,
elbows fucking up, boys. That's what it is. Anyways, episode 69 of Lost Signals. My name's Daryl.
I'm JD.
We'll see you guys out there.